Greetings and welcome, friends. Mr. Waddy and my algebra buddies. We were talking about point-slope form, which, as I've said, it's like the Charizard of the forms of the equations of lines. It is so powerful. It's incredible. In point-slope form, m is the slope, as you'd suspect, and x1 and y1, correspond to a point on the line, any point on line. Any point. That's the power of point-slope form. Whereas slope-intercept form only gave me the y-intercept. Point-slope can work with any point. It's far more powerful. So here we go. If I want to write the equation of a line with this slope and that point, all I have to do, x1, y1, I've got m, and let's just plug it in here. So y minus y1, minus a negative 2 is plus 2, equals m, which is 5, parentheses, x minus a negative 8 is x plus 8. All right, dunsies. There's a slow way using slope-intercept form, but we wanted point-slope. Don't worry, I'm going to keep explaining some. I know, but you were absent. Let me explain. Watch a couple and then ask a question. All right. So watch. So I could plug this in here. I could plug this in here, right? And I could plug this in for m. Because the form is always minus. So it's opposite negative 2. Minus and negatives are positive. All right. Sorry I didn't answer that question. I thought it was more general, it being the first time you'd ever seen point-slope form. So So here we go. So I'm going to have y minus 2 equals 4 parentheses x minus 0. So there's point-slope form. Arguably, I also could have just changed x minus 0 to just y minus 2 equals 4x, because x minus 0 is just going to be x. All right? So that's not that bad. That's not that much cheese. Let's take a look at these problems here. So I've got 2 points. None of them were the y-intercept. I can see the y-intercept right there. It's hiding. But I'm not going to use slope-intercept form. I want to use point-slope form. So here we go. Let's call this point x1, y1, and this one x2, y2. And I need to find the slope. Someone tell me a way I could find the slope. There's 2 ways we could find the slope here. Yeah. Yeah, or I can use the slope formula. So we said I could use the graph. Down 5 over 5 is the same as down 1 over 1. Or I can use slope formula. Y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Oh, double negative, look out. So that's going to equal negative 5 over 1 minus a negative 4 is the same as plus 4, right, Jacob? You're writing this down? That's the same as 5. Negative 5 over 5, I already said, that reduces to just plain old negative 1. So I found my slope. Now, if I'm plugging this into point-slope form, y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1, I can use either point. I can use this point for my x1, y1, or this point for my x1, y1. It actually doesn't matter. I could actually even use the coordinates of any other point on the graph. They all will work. There are infinitely many ways to write the equation of this line in point-slope form. It's just like super user-friendly, right? So I'll use this point, though, because we had it. So let's write the equation. So this is going to be y minus 0 equals m, I just found, is negative 1, or I read it off the graph, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, right? X minus x1. X minus a negative 4 is plus 4, so it's the opposite. So there's the equation of that line in point-slope form. If I used the other point, it would have been y plus 5 equals negative 1 parentheses x minus 1. I actually wonder how well Big Ideas allowed you guys to enter multiple versions of this equation yesterday. Oh, it didn't. Dun, dun, dun. They didn't want it in point slope form. They wanted it in sloppy intercept form. Now, fortunately, there's a way for me to convert from point slope to sloppy int. Yep, so I'm going to start by distributing. So that'll be... Right, so the reason we're doing this is slope-intercept form is always solved for y, so I'm solving this for y. There. So that's the way they wanted it to be entered. So if you entered your equation in point slope form, your Big Ideas book would have probably graded it wrong. So beware. All right, let me do this last one real quick. Oh, notice they changed the scale here. They're counting by 2s. Look out. So let me read the slope right off the graph this time. It's going from 1 to 4, so it's going up 3, and from 4 to 8, so over 4. So it looks like m is equal to 3/4. I'll use this point here as my x1, y1. So I'm going to plug in 4 for x1, right? Trinley, you're writing this down. And 1 for y1. And eventually, in this section, we're putting it in a point slope and then converting it is the plan. So let's see. So I'm going to have y minus 1 equals 3/4. Make sure you guys are writing this down. I don't think enough of us got these problems right to be able to not pay attention right now. I mean, look at my internet friends are paying attention. They're all watching this video right now. It's minus 1 because it's always the opposite, right? And now, so here's point slope, but to convert to slope-intercept, distributing. Yeah. I'll have y minus 1 equals 3/4 x minus, the 4's cancel out, comes 3. And I got half a team over here with headphone in half their ears. Yikes. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I don't. Well, I didn't accuse you of not writing it down. I accused you of the thing that I'm seeing, which is headphones in your ear. That's all. That's the thing. So yeah, you can take that out is basically what. So here we go. Point slope form, you can convert to slope intercept form. All you have to do is solve for y. Right? I'll leave it on the screen for a minute. Any questions, friends? What are we seeing? People were asking about why is it the opposite, right? The standard form for point slope form. Point slope form is always y minus y1 and x minus x1. So it's just always going to be the opposite of those points. Let's get to the trickier problems. Okay, here we go. No graph. I can't read slope off the graph, but I still know how to find slope. Yeah, I've got 2 points. How many lines pass through 2 points? There's only one line that will ever pass through 2 points, as long as they're 2 different points, right? So here we go. Watch this. 12 minus 2 over 2 minus 7. I'm just doing y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Slope formula, you're going to want to keep that one in your back pocket. You're going to want to memorize that one. Put that in your brain bucket for later. 12 minus 2 is 10. 2 minus 7 is negative 5. My slope, what's 10 divided by 5? Yeah, 2 and then the negative. Yeah, you're fast. You're fast. Make sure I give you some XP later. And then which point do you guys like better? Really? Wow, I'm always a fan of the smaller points. I usually will avoid a negative, but okay. The audience has spoken, right? I mean, I'm live streaming this, so to speak, right in my Twitch channel. Everyone's like, use the 2, 12. And I'm like, all right, audience, you've got it. I know what the people want. So we'll call this x1, y1 this time. Doesn't really matter. And I'm plugging it in. So y minus y1 equals m, that's -2, parentheses, x minus x1, so x minus 2. So here is point slope form. I'm sad that they wanted us to convert it every time, because I feel like it's almost making it seem as though point slope form isn't that great. Yeah, it's amazing. I think the reason they're doing it is because there's infinitely many ways to write your answer, and so they want to just have an easy way to mark you wrong if you're wrong. Yeah. But no, math ain't always so easy, friends. So let's distribute. Y minus 12 equals -2x plus 4. Add 12, both sides. Both sides of the equal sign, right? Dunsies. All right, internet friends, I think I have a video where I do 18 already. I'm going to end there so we have more time for point slope form in real life. Have a great day, friends. Bye-bye.